equality in performance is not possible. Let me just tell you a little bit about the engagements with 3 guys that I deleted their posts on one of my posts on my Facebook. But one of them replied and says, why are you being like this? Why are you being, hard? It's my dog. It's beautiful. He comes from Meme's bloodline, and he comes from Mr. Burns. Much respect for those 2 dead men. Mr. Burns, I went to his house many times. I stood by him, and he saw me in action a few times and always said, you are absolutely the next level. Himself, among other people, he told them, this guy is crazy. He's accurate. He's passionate. He's determined, and he has a tremendous eye for dogs. Plus, he knows how to condition like nobody else. So he is the next level. He said this. And there's people out there that probably looking at this video and will say, yeah, I know he said that. I liked Mr. Burns so much, and I like his dog, Stumpy. I bought some dogs from him. They were beautiful built dogs. Out of 7 or 8, one of them, Mumu, was okay, but it was not on the level of my dogs, so I wasn't attracted. They were too slow. Pure Rebel Jackal dogs, too slow. They were not as great as my dogs. It was not, it was a little better than Barracuda dogs, but they were not good enough for me to keep them. And too many dogs to not have one that was really extremely great. Carl Mims used to call me. I used to call him. We built a good relationship somewhere around 1999 till about 2001. And this man, he was a good man. He used to have a guy from Honduras used to take care of his dogs, so we became real good friends. And my dogs have a lot of his blood in them. Not a lot, but some of it. Through Sarge and through Stuff. And so he had a very good stock of Red Boy dogs. But he was a provider of dogs for people that want to develop their own yards, their own programs, their own stuff. He was not a man that created grand champions and champions. He didn't have no special accolades or anything like that. You need to understand this. There's people that somehow don't have a name, but they have a quality. They were smart. They got some dogs, and they develop a bloodline with their name behind it that becomes good basis for those that have no chances. Those that want to start and want to try these and whatever. But most people just want to start to breed, so they all failed, But there's some men that want to develop dogs in the past to make them great. And because the Memes dogs by themselves were not just great, very difficult for them to be great. Sarge was a little bit of an anomaly. He's a pure Red Boy dog. He's a Rum. He produced Ciega the Great. And the brother, the son, Champion Major, he was a very good dog. He was not on the level of Ciega the Great, but he was a good dog. So the guys are providers to people that want to do something, but they were never themselves like great dogmen. They were just very solid breeders. Great is a difficult thing to obtain, and it's earned. It's not just, it has to be earned. And so when you're looking at these type of things, when you're looking at these situations, you must understand that the man that I told him, he said, my dogs will come from this bloodline. And I said, that's okay. I respect the fact that if you want to have a dog for yourself and you want to call the dog the best dog in the world for yourself, and you want to say that this dog is your son, all of that, I'm all for it. You have the right to love your dog the way you want to and everything else. But don't walk into an area where you walk into a compare to what? You understand? There's levels to this. You understand? This dog might be your son and might be a great basketball player playing in the local courts, basketball courts in the neighborhood. But your son is not Michael Jordan. So you cannot walk next to the picture of Michael Jordan and take a picture together and says, these are the greatest, because your son doesn't fit on that thing. He has no merits, he has no qualities, none of that. So these guys step into the wrong line by posting their dogs next to my dogs, because their dogs come from nobodies, the watered down bloodlines, from those dead men. And so he mentioned, say, listen, my man, with all due respect, I don't need to mention the name of dead men. I don't need to mention the name of any man or any dog, except dogs that I bred, to talk about the greatness of my dogs, whether it's a dog of the year, whether it's a ROM, whether it's a global grand champion, a global champion, a combination. I don't have to mention anybody. I did that. I create so much separation between me and the greats to be in a level by myself. I did that. And these guys that are fanboys or love people, and it's all good. Just don't walk into compared to what situation where you are crippled, where you are beneath, and then pretend that somehow you got to have that equality. Yeah, the equality. Yesterday I made a video about how equality gets on the way of people. There's no equality in competition. There's either number one, number two, number three. And if you don't have a way to prove that you are number one and you're number two, number three, number four, you may be just a fan. Just a little bitty, tiny, little small, the size of the piece of sand in the middle of an ocean, fan. You understand? And that's one of the things that I had a guy that I spoke with yesterday, and he said, I went reading on your website, and I went reading everywhere else, and I found the guys that hate you. The more I saw that, the more I read about you, and I'm honored to have a dog from you because I know the price you pay to build social greatness. I am honored to have a dog from you, and I thank you so much. See, I love that guys like these, guys that are smart, that actually read, that want to know, what's the best. What is the best? Listen, you ask yourself the question, because as a breeder, I had to go through a process where if he's not the best, needs to go. So only the best, and F, absolutely big F to the whole rest. Because if I want to be the best, I gotta select only the best. So when my buyers come and buy one of my puppies, whether it's a lady, whether it's a SEO of a company or superstar, or a family hero, those guys are having the best. But if you didn't pay to have a dog from me, and you have something that you and your delusional mind and your limited understanding of the breed and the process of existence of quality, you think we're the same, and you come up and, oh yeah, I got this one too, this is also Tombstone Baldy or Rebel Jacko. I'm going to blow you out the water with facts. I will destroy you because you're not going to be in the level of Shiga the Great, the Backman, Atos, Rakata. You're not going to be. You never did that. You didn't pay the price. You're a bystander that maybe got some watered down dogs from somebody, that got it from somebody, and that is a fact. So make sure that you study who is Chico Lopez. You compare yourself. You compare whoever bred your dog. See if this guy travel around the world. See if this guy has dogs of the year. And if he doesn't have, take the big L, go beneath. Now, I told this guy, listen, love your dog, and I respect your dog as your pet, and keep it like that. But you made a mistake. You step up into my place to put a picture of your dog like we're equals. We're not equals. I work very hard to make sure that we're not equals. Now, I tell you this. I told him this. I said, when your dog dies, with all due respect, study who I am and step up the level. Maybe you qualify to buy one of my dogs. Do that. And at that point, you'll know why people that were raising the best Rockwalders in the United States drop all the Rockwalders or put in second place to start using my dogs as their own pets. People that had bullies on dogs for 20, 30 years, they say, I thought you put too much sauce on the tacos. I was skeptical because you are so passionate about it, but now I realize that your dogs actually are better than even what you say. You understand? I have a friend that used to have a dog of the year in Europe and all this stuff, and now he loves my dog and he calls them the best dogs in the world. Great people. They have great dogs from me and had dogs from a lot of people before, and they say my dogs are the best. Gee, the gentleman that owned Grand Champion Mayday and saw him pass and take care and bred all the dogs coming directly out of Mayday, Mr. Akart, he says my dogs are the next level. So who are these guys that are way beneath everybody? They just opinion givers, on a forum and a YouTube and blah, blah, blah. And, they think, no, they're not. No, they're not. You need to have merits with your last name in them. If you don't have them, you're just a fanboy. That's all. Nothing else. Don't compare yourself to this level. You understand? Had that clear for you boys. Bye-bye.